and the strength.
Yes, it looks like we're side by side, but actually Risto is in Turku, Finland, and I'm here in Wausau, Wisconsin, and I've started a tour, an Asahi training tour throughout the Midwest United States. So we've already had
Small world.
An exciting workshop in Riverside, Illinois, close to Chicago. And then we had a teacher training in Champaign, Illinois last weekend. And now we're here this weekend. On Wednesday and Friday, we were in Milwaukee, and we met someone that Risto knows well. Catherine Brew was there in Milwaukee, and she sends you greetings. Catherine was in Finland at the end of June doing her training. And of course, Sue is one of our head trainers, or not head trainers, but A1 trainers from Milwaukee. And she also sends greetings to everyone. And my sister Carol Curtis has been traveling with me, and she's also an A1 trainer. So we have lots of teacher trainings coming up in the next few weeks, and then another one later in October, again in Milwaukee. But anybody that's doing the training, this is a good time to sign up, because we have live trainings during the summer, and there's information about that on the asahiworld.com webpage. But now it's time to turn it over to Risto. He's the star today. You can untag me if you want. But greetings to all. I hope to see you.
If you have something to say, if you have something to say about your travel there and seminars, so you can say a couple of words before I close your mouth.
Okay, well, I can say very briefly, we'll be doing teacher training at FinFest, which is coming up very, very soon. It'll be on the 30th and 31st of this month, right before FinFest starts. And so we still have a few spots open for the beginning training and also for advanced training if you're interested. And it'll be at St. Scholastica, which is up the hill from the deck where the FinFest will be taking place. So that's the 30th and the 31st. Then in Ironwood, Michigan, we have a teacher training on the 11th and 12th, or the 12th and 13th, around that period of August. And the final one will be this third one will be in Marquette, around the 22nd to the 24th of August. And there's a whole week of Asahi activities in Marquette from the 20th until the 28th. So you're all welcome to join in on that. And then there'll be another teacher training back in Champaign over the Labor Day weekend, Saturday and Sunday of Labor Day weekend. So any place that you can join us along the route, it would be really nice to see you all, those of you in America. And if you can't reach any of those places, of course, we have online courses that are available on our website. But now Risto's here to show you live and in action what this is about. So take it over, Risto.
Thank you, Margaret. Anyway, so there will be more information about Margaret's tour at our webpage, asahiworld.com. So follow our pages and check where you find Margaret. Okay, welcome to Finland. As Margaret told you, I am here in Finland now, and I just say hello to everyone. I don't say good morning, good day, because there are people around the world, so time might be different. Anyway, today I'm going to concentrate on how to practice strength when practicing Asahi. The magic behind our Asahi is that we actually are training strength every time we do Asahi. I could say that we have 3 levels nowadays. We didn't have before. 3 levels. First level is practicing Asahi as we do. We do our Asahi practices hopefully every day. But when we practice Asahi, we usually do it standing up. So when we are doing it standing up, we are using this movement we are actually working with our legs and increasing the strength of the legs. We do in circular movements, different kind of movements. They are always practicing also our strength. Then we could have the second level. What does that mean? It means that we can do still the so-called ordinary Asahi practice, but we emphasize movements so that we get more strength practicing. When we talk about power in Asahi, we are not talking about bodybuilding. We are trying to increase the strength that helps us in our ordinary everyday life. That's the basic idea behind Asahi. What do we need then? We need powerful legs because of the balance. Okay, if we are doing Asahi sitting down, we need to practice our core or center area of our body, abdomen, stomach, muscles. But of course, when we are sitting down, we don't leave our legs away. We are working with our legs too. So we use Asahi always as a strength practice. But the second level, which I talk about, means that we emphasize a little bit these movements so that we get more practice for getting strength, power. And now we are going to practice like that. So let's begin with Asahi series number 1. We begin as if we were doing it in an ordinary way, just doing Asahi. But then I am going to change a bit. Of course, I'm going to tell you what happens, but I'm going to change a bit. And now we are working with these 2 levels I told you. 2 levels. First of all, get a good posture, about shoulder width. Let your knees bend a little bit. Good body alignment and deep breathing exercise. Inhale, exhale. Of course, even this breathing exercise is also power practicing. Okay, let's begin with these relaxation movements. Notice my legs are making this movement down, up, down, up. I am working with my legs all the time. Of course, I use also my hips. I try to find the rhythm, and I may continue in the next movement. I am working with my whole body all the time. Now I'm turning a bit so you can see the idea. The next movement. Notice how I'm working with the power of my body. I am not just waving my arms. Instead, I am working with my legs. Back leg is pushing forward, front leg backwards. I am working with my legs. And at the same time, when the back leg pushes forward, my front leg stops it. And vice versa, front leg pushing backwards. I am as if I make a brake like with the car. Stop here, here. I am using my strong legs. And again, the rhythm. Okay, I turn again and change my front leg. So I am working with my legs. So the power comes comes from your legs. And this is that usual everyday Asahi practice without any special extra applications. And the breathing, inhale, exhale. Okay, next practice is this shoulder practice. Now I'm going to do some movements using this second level. And don't get me wrong, I don't mean that there is something different. Maybe it's different, but we are still working on with this ordinary Asahi practice. But if you are an instructor or if you are an ordinary practitioner, sometimes you can make movements that are more deeper than you usually do, but still you do that so-called normal, usual Asahi practice. But you concentrate on your legs. If you do this about 3 times, 4 times, you begin to understand it's quite big practice for your big muscles here. And of course, we can change direction, but this is one idea. Make movements a little bit deeper. Of course, I did now much deeper, but think this doing deeper movements, you compare these
Looks like Risto has frozen, but we'll be back on in just a second. There seems to be some problem with the network, but we'll be tuning right back on. One thing I forgot to mention while I have this little moment to talk is...
Okay, I am here again.
Okay, good.
I was just about to say that, tell me, Margaret, if there are problems, and suddenly
Yes.
I realized that my computer window went black, so good luck. Anyway, let's do this movement where we round our back. Again, we concentrate on our legs. Now you may ask why we concentrate on our legs. Because this is the way we are doing. Because you have to understand that, of course, you need to have strong back, strong arms. You can do everyday movements and everyday work, whatever you are doing. But if your legs are weak, there are problems. So we need to practice our legs all the time. That's why we do our Asahi standing up. Use your legs. It's the primary target when we practice our strength. And when we are doing, for example, this movement, we are still working also with the back. And I'm not talking about weightlifting. Instead, I am lifting my own body. So I am working with my own body. And there will be also this next level, and I am going to talk about it a little bit later. But now we concentrate on these 2 basic levels. First was to do Asahi as we do, and the second level is going now that we make these movements a little bit deeper. I checked the microphone. I'm very sorry, I have to check these little things so that, yes, so that I have this proper microphone. Next hint when you are practicing and you try to concentrate on getting more power. Imagination. Use your imagination. Imagine you are in a room practicing Asahi, which is full of something heavy, like a jelly or something thick. The air is very thick. So when you are doing practices, imagine that this heavy burden is on your shoulders and it's pushing you down. And when you come up, you need to work with your legs, then with your core, back, arms are heavy, neck. You are working or doing Asahi inside a thick gel or jelly. Use your imagination. And you have something heavy on your shoulders. So when you add this imagination about something heavy, it's getting heavier. Let's leave this upper back practice here and do these breathing exercises. And next one we are going to do is the first lower back practice. Again, imagination. Heavy burden on my shoulders, huge stone which is heavy. I try to lift it up. I can't. Again, down. Again, I can't. But the third time I can. Strong push. Down. And now again, imagination. Imagine here is some kind of a wall. And you are as if you were inside some kind of a horror movie, and these walls are moving towards you, and you are trying to push them away again. So here was this two things. Imagination, room full of something thick. Then you need to use your imagination as if you were lifting something real heavy. Real heavy. And the next thing, do it very, very slowly. More slowly than you are used to do. And the fourth thing, a little bit deeper than you usually do. So this practice will be quite hard when you are combining these things. Slow movement, imagination, a little bit deeper than you are usually doing your Asahi practice. And sometimes you can repeat a couple of times this movement downwards, again up, turn. Now I'm moving to the Asahi series number 2. Turn your back leg, cross stretching. Again, deeper than usually. Imagine room is full of something heavy stuff. You have to move very slowly. You move deeper. But then I add something here. when I am in this maximum level of this movement, very short movement, I tense my core, just a couple of seconds, 1 second, very fast move, stretch, tension, relax. But don't stay in that tension very long time. Stretch, tension, relax. We combine these all things. Stretching, slow movement, tension, relax. Deeper down, up, circular movement, stretching, tension, relax. I'm going to continue with Asahi series number 1, side bends. Again, I am deeper. And remember, whatever practice you do, usual Asahi or working on with these more strength increasing movements, you can use your legs, or actually you have to use your legs. Okay, this movement is never about from your waist up. It's from the floor up. And from the waist up, it means like this. It's not Asahi. Okay, it's exercising, maybe. But when we work with Asahi, I am working with my legs. And I have now a little bit deeper posture. So maybe I am usually used to do like this, but now I'm taking my stance a bit deeper. And then I can also add here down, stretch, down, stretch. As you can see, I am not doing it like I did this practice one before. Instead, I am having my arms up here. And then the next practice will be this big circular movement. Again, do more slowly than usually. Do more deeper and stay there than usually. Or combine them as more deeper, up, down, up. A couple of words about the arms. Very often we see people doing this movement like this. It's fine as long as your back is working. This is not good because your back is not working. You need to do even something with your back. So it doesn't matter if you can't keep your arms up. But the idea behind this practice is that we are practicing every time the strength, getting more strength. And it means that we try to keep our arms up. There are many reasons. You are using your arms as if you were practicing weightlifting. But also you learn how to keep them up so that you relax your back and shoulders, so that your body helps you to keep your arms up here. It's very useful to understand why your body is working. Why, not why, how. Okay, then we continue to the balance practices. Breathing after the lower back practices. We do the movement as if we were swimming. That change other side. Okay, which one is more important? Okay, it's not a good question because everything is in Asahi is important. But okay, when we are trying to understand how to get more power, of course, this movement is important. It works here in your hips area, ankle, knees, but this stable leg works like this. Now we are practicing just this one leg. So if you concentrate on this leg, which is not moving, actually it's moving all the time. So when I'm opening the movement, this stable supporting leg goes downwards. So it actually makes quite heavy movement. And the slower you do it, the harder this practice becomes. And then we increase the effect when we do the Asahi series number 2. Up, down, up, down. So we lift our knee up and down. And now, when we have these webinars, we also have to give some magic. And this is a practice I like because perhaps this is a philosophy of Asahi, who knows? Am I raising my knee or do I work with this supporting leg? So when I go downwards, my supporting leg, this one I'm tapping, is my supporting leg. I leave my other leg like it is. And when I work with my supporting leg, my other leg stays. And I move it a little bit more. And actually, it's the supporting leg which is lifting your body. And when your body is moving upwards, your other leg follows. So then I am working with the whole body. This increases my balance, powering my supporting leg, and makes this movement a little bit more complicated. So you need to work with your brains too. So my whole body is working as if I were jumping. So my whole body is doing this kind of movement. You can see my knee upwards and downwards. It's bent quite a lot. Up, down. So I am working more with my supporting leg. Okay, we have now worked with these 2 first levels, doing basic Asahi. The next level is making some changes in them, doing or using your imagination, thinking that you are somewhere where the air is very thick. It actually is here in Finland nowadays. It's very hot here in Finland. That's why I wear black. And you do deeper movements and more slowly. So it increases the effects of getting more power to your practice. The third level is something new. Asahi Power and Dynamics. We have developed Asahi Power and Dynamics. And good news, I am going to open Asahi Power and Dynamics instructor class or course online very soon. And after this webinar, I made it so that tomorrow about you are going to get email. There is a link to the free Asahi Power and Dynamics practice. You get 3 different kind of Asahi Power and Dynamics practices. And one of them is practicing with the stick. So when you get the email, sign in there and you get 3 free practices. And there will be more about this Asahi Power and Dynamics later this year. So wait and you will see. So all in all, I am going to open the Asahi instructor class for Asahi Power and Dynamics. Why? We have tried this Asahi Power and Dynamics here in Finland and everybody loves it. It gives something special, but still we are working with Asahi. So we are not doing something that hasn't this Asahi idea inside it. When we do Asahi Power and Dynamics practice, it has always, when we begin, we do some warm-ups using Asahi relaxation movements. After that, we continue with usual Asahi, for example, series 1, series 2, maybe series number 3. So it means that after this warm-up, there will be an ordinary Asahi practice that you have practiced and you do. After that, there will be this power practice part. And now I'm going to practice it with you. So we do some exercises from that part of that Asahi Power and Dynamics. Not very many, but something that you get short idea about how we have changed a little bit our usual Asahi, and we have changed it so that it will be Asahi Power and Dynamics. Anyway, let's begin with deep breathing exercise and the relaxation. Relaxation movement. Follow me there and practice. Okay, next movement, we are going to take a little bit wider posture. So now I am doing a bigger movement. So now I'm working with the legs also, turning my body. And also some coordination skills. Step forward, continue the same movement. Now the other leg is in front of you. Again, back to basic. Other leg in front of you. Again, I am working with my whole body. Spread your wings. Then deeper down, up, down, up, down, up. Notice that speed is a little bit faster. More dynamic movement. Step forward, fast, relax, fast, relax. Change front leg. Ooh, this is rough. Okay, next practice again. Fast forward and back also. we do 2 fast movements, forward, downwards. Forward, downwards. So front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg. And one more, wave upwards, then powerful movement down, upwards, down. And tension here, relax there. Okay. Then we continue with we usually do this as we did today. Down, turn. Lower back practice. Okay, follow me and do the Asahi power and dynamics. 3 times every movement. First we draw big circles. Down and circle. Second and the third. Turn 1, 2, 3. Use your legs. 2, 3. There, use your legs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Use your legs. Don't forget your legs. 2, 3. Then your palm forward and change. And use the rhythm. Notice that the rhythm is important. Use your legs, work with your arms. Then fist punching. We also have movements from martial arts. Notice how I'm doing this movement with my legs. Then let's change the levels. Up, center, down. Up, center, down. Up, center, down. Up, center, down. Notice that we work with the rhythm as we do in Asahi. Whole body is moving. Arms, my body, hips, legs. Up, center, down. Up, center, down. And relax. And again, we did these movements. Asahi series number 1. Other side. Asahi series number 2. We have this. Other side. And then we do applications from Asahi power and dynamics. As we do in boxing or martial arts, we have our fist here close to our cheekbones here. So arms are up and you lift your knee or knees and also rotate your body so that when my left knee goes up, my right elbow goes towards it. Don't try to touch it because then your body perhaps goes like this and it's not the purpose. The rhythm is important. Sometimes we begin to get more rhythm, but you can do it just lifting your knees. And notice my body makes circle movement again, like we do in Asahi. And I am working with my arms too. Sometimes we add something extra. Down, down, down. So under your thigh. Keep the rhythm. So these are applications from Asahi movements. And before I end this webinar and my part, one movement. We have this movement in Asahi series number 3. Pick up something, step forward, stretch. From the side, pick up something, step forward, stretch. This is very beautiful moment. But now I changed a bit. Boxer. Asahi is not about boxing or martial arts. Instead, we just use the same body movement. So I work with my legs, arms with the rhythm. My back is making circles. And then I can add back leg movement. Like this, hook, straight punch, hook, straight punch. Notice that I emphasize this movement, not so much about punching. This movement and good body alignment. So, working with our legs. So, here, I gave you some candy. I gave you some candy about Asahi power and dynamics. And I try to get my breath back. And tomorrow or very soon, you will get email about this free Asahi power and dynamics practice, or actually practices, 3 different practices. One of them is practicing with the stick. I'm not going to show you, but you are going to see it when you open that and sign into this free class. Towards or during this year, I am going to open our Asahi Power and Dynamics instructor course online. And me and Margaret, we have also something more coming up during this season. So be active, follow our pages. If you have not signed to get our newsletter yet, you find the link from our webpage, asahiworld.com. So thank you for joining this webinar. If you, Margaret, have something to say, of course, you can again join me and you can open your microphone and say something. And if you have any questions, you can write there on the chat. So when Margaret perhaps is saying something, I'm going to read if there are any questions from me. Perhaps Margaret has already answered. So Margaret, if you have anything to tell, please. But for my behalf, thank you very much. It was again a pleasure to practice with you, show something about our latest Asahi practices. And I hope you join Margaret during her visit around the USA, and I hope you follow us too. Remember, Asahi Around the World webpage, Facebook page, and asahiworld.com. So Margaret, please.
Thank you very much, Risto. That was a great workout. And it's really all those moves we have to remember, of course, to be careful and to protect our knees, but it's always a good way to start out very gently and work up to the level that Risto was showing you. And so I also want to add that these free webinars are coming every month now. And so the next one will be on August 23rd. It'll be noon Eastern time in the United States and 7 p.m. in Finland or in Greece. And we'll be discussing how you can meet the requirements, or not the requirements, but the recommendations set by the World Health Organization for weekly physical activity. by combining Asahi and modern Nordic walking. And we'll have Tiina Arangoski, who is the developer of that in Finland, and also the head of the American Asahi, or the Modern Nordic Walking USA Academy, Adrian Casper, will be with us. So tune in for that webinar in a month. And in the meantime, I hope to see as many of you as possible en route. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, or you can always contact us by email. And it's great that we have people from Canada on this call, people from Greece and from Finland. So this has been an international webinar. I don't see any questions, but lots of thank yous. We're also very thankful that you tuned in today.
Thank you very much. And so we are going to end this webinar, but if you have any questions, please send us email. You'll find our addresses or Margaret in asahiworld.com. So Margaret will answer you. Me too, of course. So I think there are no more questions. So shall we end our meeting and continue till waiting for the next webinar with Margaret? So thank you all very much. It was nice again. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.